Welcome back to the NSAA State Basketball Tournament on Ole Red 99.5. Brought to you by Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, Norris Public Power District, Building Tech, your Seco Building Systems builder in Beatrice, Creative Surfaces, your countertop specialist of Beatrice, and Kennel Seed and Ag in Davenport. The score at the half, Norris 39, Scottsbluff 23. Scottsbluff being led by their sophomore guard, Nathan Kelly, who has 14 points. And then Norris is being led by Evan Greenfield, their freshman sensation, with 11 points, and Chris Garner, their sophomore solid forward, at 15 points in the game. Jake, we talked about at the half what Scottsbluff, had to do differently, and me and you were kind of talking about how they look tired out there.
Yeah, I mean, you got the long drive, you've got a grueling game last night, two physical teams. I mean, Roncalli's physical. Yeah. And, Norris is a young and hungry team that has a lot of energy. And even though they played an overtime game, I think they look much more energized and much more rested than Scottsbluff does.
Here's Alex Small, right side. Has a lot of space to shoot. Doesn't take the shot, though. Greenfield pump fakes from the left side. It's zone defense, by the way, for Scottsbluff to start out the second half. Here's Small, floater on the way from the free throw line. No good. Garner grabs the board and puts it in. And what's new from Chris Garner? Getting offensive rebounds and putting in the shots afterwards.
That's 17 points.
18-point lead is the biggest lead of the game for Norris. And Garner could have scored every point. If it was 23-23, Garner could have scored every point for Norris to give them their lead that they're at right now, except for 1 point. That's how well he's been playing so far. He's been a huge factor. Scottsbluff working it to Kelly. Back to the top of the key. Open three-pointer for Reisig on the way. Off to the right. Rebound pulled in by Boziger of Norris. And Norris, they just look like they needed to get those start of the tournament jitters out against Bennington. Now they just look absolutely locked in.
Yeah, and I actually think Bennington is a really good team.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know if it was jitters as much. I think Bennington also is just really good.
Oh. Greenfield got the ball in the right corner, pump faked to three, and got two Scottsbluff players to jump in the air. He drove right past him, but his pass intended for Garner was poked out of bounds and set off the inbounds on the baseline. It's a wide open three in the left corner for Jarrett Behrens, and Norris is continuing exactly where they left off at the end of the first half. They lead by 21.
Norris has hit just 2 threes today. They're 2 of 9, both by Jarrett Behrens.
Amundsen on the left side for Scottsbluff, goes down in the post, intended for Reisig, intercepted by Garner. Norris forces another turnover for Scottsbluff.
Got a good one at Devaney right now. Norfolk Catholic, Lincoln Lutheran in C2.
Yeah, 23-17, Norfolk Catholic leads it over Lincoln Lutheran. Lincoln Lutheran winning the Freeman sub-district. They beat Tri-County and Freeman. We had those games on Ole Red. Greenfield drives on his right, finds Garner wide open in the paint, and he just flips it up and in. Easy shot for Chris Garner, who has 19 points and is having an amazing game compared to the game he had yesterday, which he still did have 12 points, but he's really playing well so far.
I mean, a 7-0 start to the second half is just not what Scottsbluff needed.
Here's a drive inside and a fine underneath.
But nice, that's what layup. They did need.
Yeah, Maxwell Howell gets the layup to go and brings it back down to 21. 46-25, Norris, nearly 3 minutes into the opening quarter of the second half, third quarter of play. Here's Boziger, dumping it off for Behrens. Weave action for Greenfield, top of the key. Greenfield dribble move, pulls up from the free throw line. Got it. Oh my gosh. Greenfield with 13, Garner with 19. Those two are a scary duo for if they end up making it that far, Scott Catholic.
Yeah. We'll see how that matchup would shape out. I mean, that's two very similar teams in terms of style and in terms of size, too.
Yeah, Meininger passed it intended on the baseline for Reisig, but that pass was too far for him. It goes out of bounds, and another Scottsbluff turnover, starting to rack up the double digits in this game. As here comes Norris off the turnover. And here's Boziger giving it off to Behrens, pass to Greenfield, drives it on his right, pump fakes a shot, and then he traveled. He didn't keep that pivot foot down. And an uncharacteristic and rare Norris turnover in this one so far. I think they're up to 6.
Correct.
And Scottsbluff has...
They're up to 11. Too early right here to start the third.
Goodness. 11 turnovers for Scottsbluff. Against a team like Norris, you cannot have that happen.
Yeah.
Here's the left side corner for Amundsen. Puts up the floater from the baseline. No good on the shot. And up ahead comes Garner off that rebound. Garner almost traveled. Gives it over to Small. Small spinning inside on the Big Ten logo. Puts up the left-handed layup off the backboard. No good. Rebounded by Scottsbluff. And here comes Nathan Kelly the other way. Bearcats trying to get a big bucket here. Kelly spins inside. Puts up the floater from the Big Ten logo. Shot won't go. Rebound deflected off the hand of Keon Delgado as he was fighting with Garner underneath. And it'll go to Norris. They'll get the ball back. We'll see McCoy Folkerts and Josh Bornschlegel check back into the game for Alex Small and Jarrett Behrens for the Titans. Also, we're going to see Landon Amundsen checking out of the game for Scottsbluff. Coming in for him, I believe, is number 2, Caleb Swisher, who has 0 points so far in the game, but he'll be hoping things can be different here in the second half. Got
a final from the Big Ten women's basketball tournament. Nebraska over Michigan State, 73-61. That is a huge win for the women's basketball team.
And they'll go to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Here's Greenfield inside. Here's a three-pointer top of the key. Will not fall for Boziger. Greenfield grabs the long rebound. Boziger gets 2 for $1 from the right side and hits it from the right side. A 3 for Boziger. Actually, correction on the Nebraska tournament. I think Nebraska will be playing in the semifinals now. Yep. Here's the drive inside and a nice layup by Kelly, but he got fouled on the floor before the layup went. Kelly gets the foul called, though. Jake, we might see 2 Nebraska basketball teams making it to the NCAA tournament, the women's team and the men's team this season, we hope.
Yeah, it'll be the first time also, it's looking like it will be the first time also that all Creighton men's and women's basketball and Nebraska men's and women's basketball make it in the same year.
Well, Creighton just got an upset over UConn earlier on, or last weekend actually, at the CHI Health Center. Here's a drive inside with his left hand and a nice layup inside by Nathan Kelly, who has 16 points, gets his first 2 points of the second half. 51-27, Norris, a commanding lead. Here's Bornschlegel getting it down on the post for Boziger. Fadeaway jumper. Oh, and it was halfway down, rimmed back out for Boziger. Rebound by Scottsbluff. It's Nathan Kelly bringing it ahead. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Commanding lead. But here's a wide open look for Swisher from the right corner. He will not hit the shot. Rebound, though, inside by Kelly. Wow. Nathan Kelly got the rebound and then put it up on the layup. Nathan Kelly's having an incredible game with 18 points for Scottsbluff.
Yeah, he's a good player. You can tell that's who their offense runs through, and he's been there today.
Wow, what a nice assist from Folkerts, giving it to Bornschlegel. He spun to the rim and put it in with his right hand on the layup. 53-29, 24-point lead for Norris. Once again, driving to the rim with speed is Nathan Kelly. He didn't hit the shot, but he got fouled in the process. 2 free throws coming up here for the Bearcats. Well, we want to mention that if Norris wins this game, we will have a state championship game on Ole Red tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pregame set for probably around 12:40 on Ole Red. First free throw is good from the line for Nathan Kelly. 19 points on the game for him.
Yeah, 19 points, and everybody else on the floor for Scottsbluff has a goose egg.
Wow.
He's going to be really good, really fun to watch, I think, over the next few years because he's just a sophomore.
2 for 2 from the line for Kelly. 20 points out of 31 Scottsbluff points belong to Nathan Kelly. Norris trying to respond, leading by 22. Garner gets it in the right side post now for the dribble by Alex Small. Kicks it in the corner for Greenfield. Gets a screen from Small. Greenfield finds Small on the cut. Baseline pass to Garner. It's down on the ground. It's up for grabs, and it's going to go off of Riley Meininger. Actually, excuse me, that was actually Isai Sabala who dove for the ball. It went off of him and out of bounds. And 13 on the shot clock, 2:06 on the game clock remaining in the third. Here's the inbound from the right side. They go to Garner in the post. Kicks it over to Folkerts. Back to Garner, pump faking, spinning inside. Kicking it over to the right for Small. Spin move, goes into the paint. Small puts it up, won't go. Garner, another offensive rebound, and he puts in the shot. Garner is having a great game on the glass on offense as it's 55-31 Norris. He's got 21 points, Chris Garner. Driving it inside is Kelly. Back outside, pump fake by Trey Boswell. To the top of the key for Sabala. Going inside, floating it up with his right hand. Nice finish by Isai Sabala. His first 2 points of the game. There's Alex Small with a minute and a half to go in the third. 55-33 Norris. Here is Garner. Dribble move to the Big Ten logo. Swing pass intercepted by Sabala, intended for Small. And Scottsbluff forces a turnover from the Titans. Here's Kelly. Pull up jumper. Mid-range jumper from just inside the three-point line won't fall. Now on the break, it's Folkerts. He puts up the layup and cannot get it to fall. He hung on the rim for a few seconds there, and now the other way comes Nathan Kelly. Dribbles ahead, puts up the shot. The floater is short. Rebound inside by Keon Delgado. And on the offensive rebound, we get a foul underneath. It's going to go on Norris. Let's see who they call this one on. I think
it was on Evan Greenfield.
Okay, yep. Third personal on Evan Greenfield, who has 13 points right now in the game.
Luckily, it comes while they're up by 22.
Luckily, first shot good from the line for Keon Delgado, who gets his first points of the game. Hey, this game is brought to you by Closet and Sons Dirtwork of Beatrice, Western United Mutual Insurance Home Office in Wilbur, Members Owned Credit Union in Beatrice and Lincoln, Titan Nutrition in downtown Hickman, and Brett Bernheide with Nutrient Ag Solutions, West Highway 41 near Adams. 2 for 2 from the line for Delgado.
Good one continues at Devaney. How about that? 30-28.
Great game. And Lincoln Lutheran's a really, really good team.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most underrated teams heading into sub-districts in the entire state.
Wiped out a couple of teams in our area, including Tri-County in the district final. And you mentioned the sub-districts.
Yeah, they really played. Actually, they beat Tri-County twice. Once in the sub-district, second time in the district final. Beat Freeman, too, in the sub-district final. Well, it's a 20-point lead for Norris, and they're content with holding the shot. It's actually Folkers just drives it to the rim, comes up short on the layup. Bornschlegel grabs the board, tips it out to Bosiger, who jumps at the half-court line and keeps it alive. No backcourt violation. Bornschlegel inside, puts up the shot, and he traveled underneath. And the thing with Norris, the inexperience, unfortunately, they haven't done many things wrong today, but the inexperience with their Bornschlegel, he didn't realize that they had no shot clock. They could have reset the play and gotten the final shot. Instead, he travels as he tried to force up that shot.
It's all right. I mean, he was just trying to do a little too much, and that's all right. I mean, Norris has played well. You can't fault him on too many things today.
Boswell, 7 seconds to go. Gets it out to Meininger. Step back from the left side for a three. It comes up short, hits the top of the backboard, and with 1.1 seconds to go in the third quarter, Norris will have a shot to hit a half-court shot here.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. Scottsbluff 2 of 15 from deep with 14 turnovers.
Folkers puts up the full-court shot. It's wide to the right and no good. Lands right into the waiting arms of a Norris cheerleader. Third quarter done, fourth to come, 55-35. Norris a commanding lead over Scottsbluff, trying to play Scott Catholic in the state championship game tomorrow afternoon. We'll be back for the fourth after this on All Red.